New Lands, by Charles Hoyfort, Part 1, Chapter 5b. Once upon a time there was a young man, aged 18, whose name was Jeremiah Horrocks. He was no astronomer. He was interested in astronomic subjects, but it may be that we shall agree that a young man of 18, who had not been heard of by one astronomer of his time, was an outsider. There was a transit of Venus in December 1639, but not a grown-up astronomer in the world expected it, because the not always great and infallible Kepler had predicted the next transit of Venus for the year 1761. According to Kepler, Venus would pass below the Sun in December 1639. But there was another calculation. It was by the great, but sometimes not so great, Landsberg, that, in December 1639, Venus would pass over the upper part of the Sun. Jeremiah Horrocks was an outsider. He was able to reason that, if Venus could not pass below the Sun, and also over the upper part of the Sun, she might take a middle course. Venus did pass over the middle part of the Sun's disk, and Horrocks reported the occurrence, having watched it. I suppose this was one of the most agreeable humiliations in the annals of busted inflations. One thinks sympathetically of the joy that went out from 17th century Philistines. The story is told to this day by the Proctors and Pauls and Newcombs. The way they tell this story of the boy who was able to conclude that something could not occupy two extremes might be intermediate, and thereby see something that no professional observer of the time saw, is a triumph of absorption. That the transit of Venus, in December 1639, was observed by Jeremiah Horrocks, the great astronomer,